What if approaching women isn't difficult? It just feels difficult because you think you need to be someone that you're not. For years, I struggled dating women until I realized that it wasn't the fear of rejection that was holding me back, it was the pressure I was putting on myself to perform, to be somebody that I'm not, to try to be cool. And it's not really your fault if you feel the need to do that too. Cancel culture and Twitter feminism made you think that you can't really express your desire in a woman because you would get canceled for that. And pickup artist and red pill dating advice on the other side of the spectrum just makes you feel like you need to be manipulative and narcissistic to get a girl to like you, which just feels super unnatural. So when you believe those things, every interaction you have with women is hella stressful, understandably. I want to talk about something called the polarization principle. Let's say you love anime and you love watching World War II documentaries. Or maybe you love watching old movies and playing board games with your friends. And you have a lot of fun doing those things, but then as soon as you meet a girl, you're afraid to talk about those things because you're worried she might judge you and think that you're a loser or that you're weird or something. This is when the polarization principle comes into play. When you're leaning into who you are and what makes you unique, it's gonna polarize people. So what that means is when you're doubling down on who you are and you're expressing that, you're putting that out into the world confidently, it's going to attract some people towards you and then it's going to repel other people away from you. And that's a good thing. It's good to naturally filter people out this way, okay? And this includes women that you're going to end up dating. Imagine your dream girl real quick, okay? She likes you for who you are. So if you like anime and World War II documentaries, your dream girl, just picture her real quick, she likes the fact that you like anime. Maybe she shares an interest in anime. And maybe she doesn't love World War II documentaries, but she likes the fact that you have this geeky, nerdy interest. A lot of women actually really like that about guys when they have this weird, geeky curiosity about something. It shows that you have interests in life, that you're curious. So she finds it kind of cute and she likes you for who you are. But imagine you came across a girl like this and you were ashamed about who you were. You were worried that she might think that you were a loser or something. And you never told her that you like these things or you never expressed your personality authentically. Your passions and your hobbies and your personality, it's not inherently unattractive. How you feel about yourself is what affects how attractive or unattractive you'll be. So if you like anime and board games, but when you meet new people, you're worried to tell them that because you think they might judge you, that's unattractive because now what you're doing is the people that were always going to be repelled from you, they just by default aren't going to be in your life, okay? But the people now that were going to be attracted to you, they don't even know that you like these things in the first place. So they might not even realize it and therefore they'll just look at you and see you as this neutral, boring guy with no personality. So the takeaway from this is when you're being your authentic self and you're confidently showing the world who you are and what you like, naturally, there's going to be some people that like you and then there's going to be other people that don't like you, okay? And that's totally normal. You have to be comfortable with the fact that rejection is just a natural byproduct of being your authentic self. So that's the polarization principle. And with that in mind, how do we have more success in our dating lives? Personally, I like approaching women during the daytime because it allows me to express my honest, authentic personality and intentions the most compared to other ways of meeting women like dating apps or nightlife. Because I can express my personality and intentions, I immediately polarize women. Within seconds, I can immediately figure out what women like me, what women don't like me, what women are naturally drawn to my personality and which women aren't, what women are available and unavailable. Plus, it's nice to just challenge yourself socially and get out of your comfort zone, grow as a man. And I actually do one-on-one mentoring for approaching and dating. So if you want to achieve your dream dating life fast, the link for that is down below. So how do we put the polarization principle into practice when we approach women? First thing you want to do is you want to be upfront about your intentions. So when I approach women, I immediately tell them something like, hey, this is random, but I thought you were really cute. I wanted to come say hi real quick.
Excuse me. How's it going, guys? What's up? I just noticed you guys across the street. I thought you were really cute. Y'all both look lovely, but yeah, I thought you were really cute. Wanted to say hi. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's your name?
Jacob.
Now, this is polarizing. This is exactly what I mean by polarizing, because some women are going to be into that. Some women will look at me and think, okay, this guy's kind of cute. He thinks I'm cute. I'll be open to having this conversation. And then some women will look at me and be like, nah, I don't really like how he looks and his whole vibe is off and I just don't like this at all. Pickup artist and red pill advice overcomplicates this shit so much, and it's honestly so frustrating because they make it seem like every woman out there can be manipulated into liking you as long as you say like the perfect thing and act the perfect way. And like, I'm sure you could become this like clever pickup artist guy and have like the perfect response to everything, and that will take years. But it's like, do you want to be performing your whole life, or do you want to actually develop like meaningful emotional connections with the women that you meet? I would go with the latter. After you say that first kind of opening line, I mean, you don't have to copy me word for word, but when you're open about your intentions up front and you could see that the girl is reacting positively and she's open to talking to you, then you just have a conversation. And again, a lot of, popular dating advice these days overcomplicates this stuff so much. Really, the whole point of the conversation is just to get to know each other, okay? And it literally has to be like 2 to 3 minutes. It doesn't have to be, these 5, 10, 30-minute conversations. You'll hear stuff like, stay in the frame. You got to stay in your frame. Like, that stuff, it just overcomplicates things so much. You literally just want to get to know the woman that you're talking to. You want to ask her questions about her life. You want to, talk about yourself as well, right? Ask her what she likes to do. Share your opinions on what she's doing. Say things that you think are funny, like random things that come up to mind. There's no perfect way to have a conversation. And all the pickup artists and red pill dating advice where they tell you, like, you got to stay in your frame. You got to fucking talk about X, Y, and Z. It's like, it just overcomplicates things, man. It's really not that hard. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be somebody that you're not, okay? Just try to get to know this girl and talk to her for like 2 to 3 minutes. Because conversations will surprise you sometimes. Sometimes even you'll approach a girl and she'll be the one that leads the conversation if she's into you. And it kind of comes out of nowhere and you're like, oh shit. One time I approached this girl at a coffee shop and I saw her from like a few tables away. I walked up to her and I was like, hey, excuse me, super random. I was sitting over there, saw you, I thought you were cute, wanted to come say hi. And she immediately was like, oh, thank you. What's your name? And I was like, oh, my name's Jacob. What's your name? And, got to know her name. And she was like, yeah, like, what are you doing here? Are you like working or something? So she was like leading the conversation, which kind of, took me by surprise. But it's like, cold approach, easy mode. She's just doing everything for you. You're like, cool. All I did was just initiate the whole thing. And then now she's the one doing all the talking. Like in this example right here, I walked up to this girl and said like, hey, I thought you were cute and wanted to come say hi. And she immediately invited me to sit down and was kind of leading the conversation to begin with.
You look very cute. I wanted to say what's up.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jacob.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
I'm
You're
good.
welcome to sit.
Oh, sure, yeah. How are you?
Good. I'm wondering.
There was another time where I approached this baddie in Miami, okay? She was super sexy, curvy, in all the right places. And I walked up to her and I was like, she was walking towards me and I was walking like in her direction. And, as I passed by her, I was like, hey, excuse me, super random, but I thought you were really cute. Wanted to come say hi, or wanted to say hi real quick or something like that. And she was like, oh, thank you. You too. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, I'm not normally used to getting a compliment from the girl as well, but I was like, cool. And we talked for like 10 minutes. And at the end of the conversation, I proposed that we get drinks or something like that. And she was like, I actually just started seeing somebody recently again, and I'm not really like open to, seeing multiple people at once, but I have a sister who looks just like me, and I can give you her number if you want. And I was like, sure, like, okay. Like, I was totally not expecting that, And I was like, you trusted me enough from this conversation to like, give me your sister's number? And she's like, yeah, you seem like a chill guy, like you're very nice. Seem cool, laid back. And I was like, all right, cool. And again, all of that happened because I was just being my authentic self, okay? I wasn't trying to be somebody that I'm not. Would you have success with those same girls that I talk to? Maybe, maybe not. But you're going to have success with girls that I might not have success with, okay? That's the whole point of this whole polarization principle that I want you to keep in mind when you approach women. When you're shamelessly expressing who you are and you're also not like following all the pickup artist red pill stuff where you're like trying to follow a script or something, some women will like you and some women won't like you. And that's the whole point of all of this. If you want to make this a reality for yourself and you want to understand how to approach and date women with honesty, I do one-on-one mentoring for approaching and dating. The link for that is down below. You'll actually find 2 links. One of them is for what I just mentioned, and the other link is for my private course and community. It's like a course/community hybrid. 100. It has like 5+ hours of content basically talking about all of this, except super in depth, and also giving you like step-by-step action, and also giving you like a step-by-step action plan on how to implement this into your life. So if you're interested in that, it's a one-time payment, and I think it'll benefit you a lot. So definitely go check out those links below, and I'll see you guys next time.